How are we doing? This is my live, well, not live, but you're seeing it in real time as I trade for this afternoon. This is the first time I'm doing this. My P&L is active from a couple of weeks ago. I did put some selections up, which were disappointing in the end. So the P&L is minus £20. What I gamble and whatever I keep to myself, the way I do it. So just for the purposes of the videos, each trade I advise will either be a £10 win or a £5 each way, just for the purposes of the video. And here we go. We'll do a review on Tuesday night of today's performance, and we will have eye catchers in that video, and we'll also have a P&L update. So there we go. I'm going to be looking at 5 races this afternoon from Ascot and Haydock, and that's all I'm getting involved in. As I said, I am very selective in what I get involved in financially. I'll be watching everything, but only getting involved in certain races. So the first target is the 1:30 at Ascot, and we are about 5 minutes from post time. So we'll quickly look at the market, and just to show you what I do. So the favourite is Django By, and people, if anyone's watched my other videos, people will know I really am excited about this horse for the Gold Cup. I really hope they send him that way. So looking at it, so the way we start, we'll look at Nicky Henderson has a very good strike rate at 25, nearly 26% at the minute. So there's nothing wrong with Nicky's horses. Django himself has a very good record fresh, as you can see. And so far we're pretty excited about Django. I know he's only 2-1. What's going to put me off and is going to make me sidestep backing Django today is he's had a wind surgery, and as everyone, well, a lot of people know, generally horses improve after their second run after a wind up. This is going to be his first start. So yeah, he may well win, and I won't be surprised if he does. But just for that reason, I'm going to leave him alone today. But I love Django. He's one of my favourite horses in training. So the second favourite is Gidley Park. And again, if people have been watching my videos, they will see that Gidley Park, I have a really strong feeling about Gidley for the Champion Chase. And again, I really hope they send him that way. Tipped him up at a really big price. So at the minute, Harry Fry's a 25% strike rate. That's one win from four runners. But that might not tell the full story, because that's a small volume of runners he's had over the last 2 weeks. So, but there's nothing I don't think to be worried about there. Again, we see Gidley has a decent record fresh, so that's really, really good. Nothing really putting me off there. We know the day he was pulled up at Kempton, we know he had some sort of issue. But we know he's back into kind of decent sort of form, because he ran quite well at Aintree there, and he won at Windsor at a nice price as well. So there's not a lot to really discourage me from Gidley. So he would be my selection just at the minute. Now, when we look down the market, Ile Francais has won round Kempton very impressively. Hasn't really ran anywhere else in the UK. Hasn't done anything else. And although Ascot is also kind of a flattish track and right-handed, there is a steep uphill finish. So I'm going to sidestep. Ile Francais for that reason. And Pictori won this race really impressively last season, and he really loves going right-handed, and he's a very, very good horse. But he's rising 11, and he's up against some real potential grade 1 stars here, so I'm going to leave Pictori alone. Master Chewy, I think he's better at 2.5, and I think today will suit him, but the Twist and Davis team surely have a handicap target for him down the line, so I don't think he can't win the race anyway, but I don't think he's going to get competitive, otherwise his mark is going to go up. So the selection, as we are here, 28 minutes past 1, we're going to go Gidley Park. Now, as we can see there, Django Boy is drifting, Gidley's drifting, and there seems to be a flood of money for Ile Francais. And never ignore the market, you know. The market's usually right, especially in handicaps. This is a grade 2. I'm gonna tentatively stick with Gidley Park, and we'll have a win bet on that. So it's a £10 win bet, Gidley Park, and it's a fascinating race, with a view to the Gold Cup and Champion Chase on a personal level. It's very interesting to see if Ile Francais is going to handle a stiff uphill finish. So it's a fascinating event, even though there's only 5 runners. They're at the start parade, getting ready to go there now. So I suppose targets for these horses in the future. Gidley is start with the favourite. Django Boy is going to be aimed at the King George. If he wins that or runs well on that, he'll surely go for the Gold Cup then. Gidley Park, I'm not sure what the idea. Hopefully the Champion Chase is the target there. Pick Dory, he'll stick right-handed this season and running all the good races at Kempton, Sandown and Ascot. Probably won't see him at Cheltenham. Ile Francais will obviously go for the King George, and will be interesting to see how he gets on today. And Master Chewy is, my guess, is a big handicap target for him in the spring. Now, as we see again, just on post time here, the market's changed a little bit. There's a little bit of money coming for Django. There seems to be a good bit of money coming for Gidley Park. And Ile Francais is a little bit weaker now. A little bit of money for Pictory, and nobody wants Master Chewy. So they're about to go. So we'll do a little bit of a commentary here and see how we get on with the selection of Gidley Park, £10 win. Ground is good to soften places. At the races tells me it's raining there at the minute, but on the TV it doesn't look like. Is it raining? I can't really tell, but it's interesting. So they've just gone off. Gidley Park leads with Pick Dory. You could have guessed that, gone off in front. We have Django at the back with Master Chewy and Gidley Park. Gidley Park, like I said, the reason I love Gidley Park for the Champion Chase is he's such a big horse. Big, strong horse that's shown really good form, and at some point, I think we're here now. He's filled into that frame, and he could be an absolute monster. And I want to see him in a Champion Chase. So they're coming to the second. Pick Dory and Gidley Park. Over nice. Everyone's over nice. Coming to the third. Everyone over nice. Just with Django, I've got a feeling Nicky's just going to give him an easy time early in the season with the big targets in the spring. But Ile Francais is travelling very nicely, jumping very nicely. And as you can see, Master Chewy's kind of out the back now, and I think that's where he's going to stay, because he won't want to get competitive here if he has a handicap target in the spring. So Gidley leads now from Ile Francais. He just glides over Gidley Park. He jumps. He's such a massive horse, honestly. I love him. Still 11 fences to jump. Ground probably on the soft side. Wouldn't be very soft now, but really on the easier side of good. Pick Dory, not as aggressive front running like he can do. This is gonna develop into a very interesting contest. They're all still travelling well, nice and comfortable. All over that nice and safely. Django Boy's head carriage is a little bit awkward. Kind of looks a little bit uneasy. As I said, I was happy to leave him alone today with the first run from a wind up. I'm hoping that was just tactical by Nicky, and that, you know, the wind up wasn't the result of a breeding issue or some sort of problem he was having, you know. So because he you know, the way he won that Arkle, I think he's going to be a really top stayer. Master Chewy kind of getting left behind now as predicted. 6 fences left to go. It's going to start developing now. If Gidley's going to win this from the front, it'll be a top performance, because these are good horses he's up against today. 5 fences to jump. Pictori's running really nice. Il Francais is struggling now, so the stiffer track, like we thought, isn't really suiting him, I don't think. I think he's going to get left behind. Gidley, I think Il Francais likes a speed test, and it's certainly looking that way. I think he's going to be pulled up. Gidley leads from Django Bay. 2 to go. So it's the market principles. I think Django's got this. I just think Django's going to do him. Gidley's coming off the bridle now. Our selection's going to be beaten by the looks of things. Pictori's still in it. Yeah. Gidley's getting outstayed, so I think back to 2 miles will suit him. And Django surely now is going to win this. He's coming to the last, nice and comfortably ahead. Will surely go for the King George now, and he'll probably shorten for the Gold Cup as well. I've tipped him at a massive price. And there we have it. Django Boy wins the first, Gidley Park second. Okay, so our next target is the Haydock 225, the Betfair Stayers handicap hurdle. And we shall have a look through the market. Soft in places. It's raining currently, so I think conditions are probably properly soft now, I'd say. The favourite is what's that there? What we've done there now? Ma Chantou, Emma Lavelle. She is not doing so well at the minute, is she? Last 2 weeks, she's had 0 winners out of 20 runners, a 0% strike rate. So straight away, I'm not going to look at that anymore. That's putting me off Ma Chantou. Horace's Pearl is next in the market for Fergal, who has Crambo running a little bit later. So first of all, we look at Fergal. He's doing okay. The minute strike rate's pretty alright. Is the horse decent fresh? Absolutely. He's got a very good record fresh. Actually, a fantastic record fresh. Ascot. He's never ran at Ascot, but he has ran at Huntingdon, Wincanton, who are not unlike Ascot, and they've won all. Is unbeaten basically, going right-handed on those tracks. So similar type of tracks to Ascot, so that's really exciting. We can see that in the springtime last year he kind of lost his form, so he may well be a winter horse. We won't. I never really judge a horse in its debut anyway on a race course. So, interested with Horace's Pearl. There's not a lot putting me off. The price probably doesn't excite me. So we'll see what else we have. But Horace's Pearl ticks a lot of boxes. Hartingdon. Is that Fergal again? Oh no, it's Mr. Tizard who I think he's absolutely flying at the minute. 40% strike rate for Joe Tizard. 13 winners from 32 runners, which is phenomenal. 6-year-old Grey Gelding. Let's have a look at the horse now. He's had his pipe opener, and looking historically, he kind of needs that pipe opener, doesn't he? His record fresh isn't great. Beat Florida Dreams at Carlisle, which is right-handed undulating. Has won at Sandown. As track shouldn't pose too much of a problem for him. We know the time was quite decent the last day. He did it in quite a fast time. So all's looking good there for Hartington. Certainly wouldn't be put you off him at all. Navajo Indy. Let's have a look at him. Navajo Indy. So what I've done is I've got 5 places with Paddy Power on this race, okay? So Navajo Indy was second to Friendship at Cheltenham. Quickly have a look at Mr. Simmons. Is absolutely flying as well. 44% strike rate, although he's only had the 9 runners over the last 2 weeks, but still really, really good. What sort of record does he have on a track similar to Ascot? Beating Kempton on the bumpers. Ran okay at Exeter. Fontwell has won at Wincanton. The track wouldn't put me off. Well held the last day by Friendship. So as we're on post time, I will tell you that I have backed Jinko Blue at a big price each way, 5 places. Nicky's going really well. I just like he's shown a high level of form. You know, he's beaten Titan Discovery that runs in this by 6 lengths at Sandown. He's won at Windsor. That day at Ascot, he stumbled on landing. I just think he's a massive price. I think he really likes going right-handed. And I just think he's very lightly raced with all the world of improvement. He can run well fresh, which he's running today. So I am tentatively having a punt on Jinko Blue each way, 5 places with Paddy Power. There was one particular piece of form. He sort of went chasing and actually won 2 in a row and then stumbled on landing at Ascot. But obviously Nicky feels that maybe he's going to be better over hurdles in the long run. He is definitely a bit of a stayer, and I just think he's well overpriced here today. I really, really do. So let's see what happens. The other one in the market that interested me was Hartington. I think he's a really good bet. Obviously the price doesn't excite me so much. Jinko. Seems to be a lot of money for I Love My Bay. Mr. Crawford. Click on him there. Kind of will probably need the run to my eye. Yeah. Big price, but anyway, they've just jumped off. Was there another one that caught my eye? Ace of Spades did for Skeltons, but I don't like looking at Skeltons handicappers in the wintertime. I just have the word handbrake in my head. So here we go, Jinko Blue. There's a lot of horses in here that are just having a spin over hurdles that are actually going to run in a Grand National later in the spring as well, you know. a good portion of the field today are just having a spin out. So likes of Harbour Lake. Just see Joyu Mashan is in this race. I remember him having a big reputation from Paul Nolan until he got his injury, and half brother to Apple's Jade he is. But that's the selection is Jinko Blue with Hartington as an interest as well, but I didn't for the purposes of the P&L. It's just Jinko Blue. So we've 10 hurdles to go. We have Phantom of the Points out in front for David Pipe. Jinko is about 5th or 6th at the minute in on the rail. Travelling okay. Okay, so getting towards the business end. 6 hurdles to go. Jinko was travelling lovely, but he's kind of fluffed a couple of hurdles there, and I wouldn't say he's off the bridle, but I wouldn't be delighted with the way he's travelling. The other interest, Hartington, where is he now? Hartington, number 17. Can't really see where he is. 5 hurdles to go. I don't think we're on the money here once again, unfortunately. He seems to be travelling okay, but he's been shuffled right back to about 11th or 12th. He's still in on a rail. Kind of a strange kind of performance because he doesn't look like he's struggling. He's not off the bridle, but I don't know. Are we trying to get a mark for the Pretemps here? I'm gonna draw my attention to the other fancy, which won't obviously be included in the P&L. We've only one selection, but the other fancy was Hartington. I think he's running about 5th or 6th at the minute. See how he does. Now, in fairness, Jinko seems to be travelling lovely again, and he's back up into about 6th. He's now 4th. Oh, we might be in here, folks. Jinko is just suddenly appeared on the scene. Oh, he's after fluffing that, but we're 2nd at the minute. Come on, Jinko. Oh, no. I think coming to the last, we're 4th. He bunny hopped the last. Are we going to get 5th? Oh, we're going to be unplaced. Are we? I think he's been given an educational ride today. Oh, we're just going to miss out on the places, folks. Would you believe that? That's a shame. But would you believe Hartington? Oh, Hartington nearly won. He got 2nd. And the winner is Electric Mason. So an interesting run there from Jinko. I think he was given far too much to do there. We finished unplaced, but he's certainly one on the radar for the Pretemps. But the P&L takes another hit. So the next race on the list is the 240 at Ascot. We have, see now, the Ascot Hurdle Grade 2. We have Woodhoo is the favourite, who ran fabulously at the festival there last season. Celtic Dino, really nice horse for Sam Thomas. We've Potter's Charm was a decent novice. Just I think they overran him. Altabelli's an interesting horse for Harry Fry. Katira was a winner last time out for Dan Skelton, and Crambo Interesting stat with Crambo, okay? Crambo, if we exclude the run at Punchestown last season, which was it was just like a last minute decision to go to Punchestown, possibly after a difficult season, being campaigned left handed when he should have been kept right handed. We'll discount Punchestown and not count it. If we look at Crambo's right handed efforts, apart from Punchestown, he's unbeaten. The horse is unbeaten right handed over hurdle. So really interesting. The only thing bothering me today is the trip. 2 mile 3 might not be long enough for him. His record fresh as well. Let's have a look at his record fresh. He's 14-1. Fergal's doing okay, 13%. I just think today's not going to be far enough. At this level, you know. So I'd be inclined to leave him alone. He has a decent record fresh. He really, really does. I don't know. Will he be the selection? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the market. Second in the market is Celtic Dino, or Celtic Dino, whatever you want to call it. Sam Thomas is absolutely flying, 36% strike rate. The horse has had his pipe opener. Has won well at Ascot. Seems to like good ground, really. And was well beaten by Potter's Charm on soft ground at Aintree. Potter's Charm wouldn't be my fancy for this. So based on the ground, like it's good to soft, but it's been raining, so I think it's probably on the softer side, is it? I'm going to leave Celtic Dino alone. I'm going to leave Potter's Charm alone. He was horribly campaigned last season. Too many runs before the festival, and it was over the top by then. Oddly enough, he's only ever been campaigned left-handed, so that's leaves a big negative right-handed for me. I'd like to see him go and do it right-handed before I was ever going to back him. So we'll leave Potter's Charm alone as well. Altobelli, as far as I know, has been named after an ex-Italian footballer, as far as I know. So Harry is doing okay, 16%. He's had a wind surgery, and I know Django Bay went and did it earlier, but I always like to wait until a horse has had a second run after a wind up. So we're going to leave Altobelli alone just for that reason, and we're going to watch him. Katira won well the last day, but I think just have a feeling that well beaten by Crambo at Ascot. There's a listed hurdle at Kempton over 2.5. I've just a feeling that at 11-1 we'll leave her alone. Again, I just think the Skeletons, they put you off because you think they've targets in the spring, you know. I know he wants to win races now as well, but is this the race for her? I'm not convinced at all. Crambo, we've touched on him already. Unbeaten left-handed apart from Punchestown, but I'm just worried today will be too far. I don't know what the bet's going to be here. Two minutes to post time. Woodhu's such a nice horse, isn't she? You know, beaten 2 lengths by Lossiemouth at Aintree's no mean feat. It really isn't. I've got a feeling she just might be a lot better than these. Gordon's not over for the scenery. He wants this grade 2. Okay, so the selection is going to be Woodhu win bet at 11-8. just think she's going to be a little bit better than these. And I think Crambo wants further, but Crambo will be the interesting one to watch. Altabelli as well. It's just the wind up is putting me off him. But we'll go win bet Woodhoo 11-8. Okay, they've just jumped off. So let's see how she gets on. Coming to the first. I will say if Crambo wins this, I'm going to be as sick as a dog. They're all over the second. Travelling nice enough. Winter Fog out the back. Interesting horse there is Gwynny Mayboy. Backed her at a massive price for Dan Skelton there one day in a handicap as a kind of a newcomer. But the fact that she's gone now and moved stable away from Skelton's is obviously puts you right off. But she's an interesting one to watch all the same. Altabelli, want to have a good look at him from his wind up. If he runs well today, I'll be expecting a much improved run again next time, you know. Potter's Charm is out in front, Celtic Dino second, and they're all over the third. Crambo looks like he's carrying a bit of condition. I'm not sure whether it's just me or my eyes deceiving me, but he looks like a big cow. Woodhoo, travelling lovely. Big long legs she has. She's classy mare. And with Lossiemouth stepping up to the champion hurdle, I think we'll see her in the mares. Would be my guess. I mean, I know Gordon wants this purse today and he wants to win it, but maybe it's a little bit of an education for them both today as well. So to see what way where they lie, stepping up into really. Although she's been very impressive, she has only been beaten by Lossiemouth, but that was the first time she stepped up into proper graded company, you know. So 6 hurdles to go. And they're over. Altabelli jumped that lovely, gained a few yards. Potter's Charm out in front. Like, I hope they campaign Potter's Charm a little bit more conservatively and just have a big target in the spring for him. Instead of just running the balls off, excuse my language, instead of running his guts out, and by the time he comes to the spring, then he's over the top, you know, because he's a really, really good horse. Actually, it's really testing out there. It looks quite soft. It's definitely not good to soft. I'd say it's soft ground in places out there. So 4 to go. Woodhoo wants to start moving now. She wants to start moving because this might take some getting today. I think she wants to be a little bit closer. Yeah, it's beginning to develop now for fourth last. Celtic Dino's a lovely horse. I just thought he would have preferred better ground. What a lovely horse he is. TV's after freezing. Oh, there we go. So second last, sorry. So Woodhoo is creeping up on the bridle there. Next to Altabelli, we've still Potter's Charm and Celtic Dino. Crambo I thought he looked too big, carrying condition. He's gone way back now. He's actually last. And Woodhoo, she's gonna have to go some to win from there. She's after. I think we've been unlucky today with the rides. Certainly Jinko Blue was given far too much to do, and Woodhoo is gonna have to go some to win from there, but has now come into contention at the second last. Coming to the last, it's between the three of them: Woodhoo, Celtic Dino, and Potter's Charm. Here we go, coming to the last. Woodhoo seems to have got to the front, and hopefully she's going on to win. Woodhoo. Go on, Woodhoo. Yeah, that's a nice winner. It's a nice mare she is. A nice mare. Really is. So, there we go. A little positivity for the P&L. Hey, so we take that little bit of positivity from the last race, and our next target is in 10 minutes' time. It's the Betfair Chase at Haydock. So we'll have a quick look at the race, a little bit of history on the race. It's one of the stellar races of the season. Royal Pagai loves it here, loves the mud. I will be avoiding him today. I just think he's getting too old. But age-wise, 10, 9, 7, 7, 9, 7, 7, 6, 10. So you can have a multitude of age groups winning this. Not going to be swayed by that variable whatsoever. Venetia, obviously, has had a few winners. Dan's had a winner. Twist and Davis have done well here with Haydock de May. We've had a few winners of this go on and win a Gold Cup. So we'll have a look at the market. So we have the favourite there, Grey Dawning, is currently even money, I think, 10 to 11 in a place. And so first thing we'll do, we'll have a look at Dan. 20%, that's okay. He's doing great. So does the horse run well fresh? Because that's what he's doing today. He was second in this last season in the mud. It was really deep that day. My God, it wasn't even. It was a tough watch actually. He was also beaten the season before on reappearance, and the season before that on reappearance. And for that reason, and it's getting softer by the minute out there, I think he's short enough, and I'm gonna just look elsewhere today. So Grey Dawning will be swerved today. Haiti Colors is a 5-2 shot, and he reminds me a little bit of, I know the way you're thinking last season, we thought he was going to be a Grand National horse and then wins the Gold Cup. So this horse, Haiti Colors, I believe is a Grand National horse. He's won the Irish Grand National, but a lot of people are saying he's going to run well in a Gold Cup. I'm not convinced by beating Transmission by 2 lengths, or beating Rock My Way by 4 lengths in the National Hunt Chase means he's going to be a Gold Cup horse, you know. So he's had his pipe opener. He's a high level of form there. Has he ran well at Haydock before? Newbury he's ran well at, which is not unlike Haydock. So I don't think the track's going to pose any issues. My overriding feeling with Haiti Colors is he's a Grand National horse. You know, I don't think he's going to hit the frame at all in a Gold Cup, and I think he's very short today. Now, I'm happy to be proved otherwise. He's got Mr. Bone on board. You know, Rebecca Curtis has to be respected in staying chases, and, you know, good luck to anyone that's backing him, but I'm going to be avoiding him. There's money come for him. He's gone blue, so there has been money for him. Handstands. It was a pleasure meeting Mr. Pauling at Cheltenham last week, although it was just a fleeting hello, but it was nice all the same. Carlisle, he's having his pipe opener at Carlisle. He really loves the mud handstands. He's beaten Django by twice in the mud over 2.5 miles, which is nothing but impressive. You know, you have to be impressed with that. He's won at Newcastle, not unlike Haydock. Fosslas, not unlike Haydock, and Aintree. He was pulled up at Aintree, but I'm not going to be too hard on him. He went. That was the Grand National Festival, and he had 2 months off, so he might have been just a little bit fresh. You know, you need to be a little bit more ready for these big festivals in March. So I don't know whether he had a niggle in the new year and it just set him back or whatever, but. You wouldn't have expected. He was like his joint favourite for that. So he's proved he's okay by his pipe opener there 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I'm sure they went easy on him that day. I'm interested in handstands. You know, he's ticking a lot of boxes for me. The Django Bay form really is really interesting there. You know, so he'd be the pick at the minute. 9-2. a massive price, is it? Next in the market is Stellar Story. Doesn't seem to be a lot of love for Stellar Story in the market, but I think it is softer than we think out there today. Gordon's had a winner at Ascot. The horse runs really well fresh, as you can see. No issues with that at all. Loves the mud. The deeper, the better. Will love a stamina test. Was second in the RSA on probably ground that wasn't soft enough for him. He was second in a grade 2 at Navan in bottomless conditions. He won the Albert Bartlett in bottomless conditions and beat the Jukebox Man, and that is really, really good form. He's a type of horse that wants it. He just wants it ridiculously soft. And although the market's not showing him any love, I think he's a massive price at 16 to 1. Royal Pagaille. Yeah, we're going to leave Royal Pagaille alone because he'll probably run well. I wouldn't be surprised if he placed or finished third or something, but I can't see him winning it. He's rising 12, It's between Stellar Story and Handstands, and Handstands, I think, has a really good chance of running well here, but the tentative selection, I think, is going to be Elliot's horse, and we are going to go each way, 2 places. Each way 2 places, 16 to 1. So let's see what happens in the Betfair Chase. See if the market we're still 4 minutes to post time, so we'll see what happens just before the off. See if he comes in at all. You can see the market is beginning to change a bit. There seems to be a little bit of money for Stellar Story now, and a little bit of money for Handstands. There's a big confidence behind Grey Dawning, the favourite. And Haiti Colors is drifting. I think I would agree with that. That's what I expected. I think Haiti Colors is a little bit of a Grand National type, and I'm happy to see the blue coming for Stellar Story now. So let's see how this race develops. They're just about to go. Yeah. Let's hope we have this market spot on. I love the Betfair Chase. I remember all these Cato Star renewals and Bristol Demai. Used to love it around here. Actually, I think I backed Bristol Demai in this race at a massive price one day. Well, a lot bigger than he should have been anyway. So he was like a wood burning stove. You could rely on him on Haydock on soft ground, and he was then fondly known as Bristol or Haydock Demai. So right, we're ready to go. Handstands very popular. A lot of blue now for Stellar Story. A bit of blue for Royal Pagaille. Nobody wants Haiti Color. And there seems to be a little bit of money now coming for the favourite again, Grey Dawning. So this is going to be an interesting market. Really, really is. I think you could have made money in this market on Betfair if I was doing Betfair this week. I haven't really been on Betfair this week, but you could have made money in this race before the off, if you were really serious about it. So Stellar Story is now 10 to 1 in a place. I just hope it is soft enough for him. But we've gone 16 to 1, quarter the odds, 2 places. Right. Just about to go. Grey Dawning he reminds you of Bristol de Mai. He has that look about him. He's a similar type of horse. I know colouring, but just everything about him kind of is similar. So we come to the first. Handstands has gone out in front. They were all over the first. Okay. It's a little bit sad to see an empty grandstand in the background there on Betfair Chase Day. You know, the sport has problems. I hope we can just get back to where we were. But as much as I enjoyed Cheltenham last weekend, it wasn't the greatest racing. You know, it was below par, and the Paddy Power winner, the rating of that horse just tells you everything you need to know. It's as much as I enjoyed it, it was below par quality racing. Anyway, so we'll get going here again. So Handstands out in front, Royal Pagaille and Stellar Story second. We have Haiti Galore third, and Grey Dawning been given a bit of a patient ride. And I hope that they don't rip his guts out today like they did last season. He reached for that, got over it, but he reached for it. And a long way to go still. Long way to go. Like Royal Pagaille absolutely loves it round here. He's really exuberant. He's jumping like a buck. And you wouldn't think he was rising 12. Handstands is a lovely, lovely horse. And is jumping really, really well. Although, just as I say that, he's after fluffing one. Nothing crazy, but still. Okay, so we're getting to the business end. They're going into their final circuit. It's just good to see Gordon over with a horse, you know. And I think you'll see Willie a lot more in the UK this season on a Saturday. Apart from the big festivals, I think you'll see him turning up on the big races. And it's only a good thing, I think, really. So we've 9 fences to go. Handstands is out in front still. We have Royal Pagaille in second. We have Stellar Story third. Grey Dawning fourth, and Haiti Galore is last at the minute. And just as I expected, I think Haiti Galore is finding this a little bit sharp and a little bit hot for him. Like as I said, he was going to be more of a Grand National horse. Royal Pagaille is running a blinder. Grey Dawning is travelling nice, and Stellar Story seems to be just hanging in there. It'll be just worried that it's not soft enough for Stellar Story. But anyway, he's running okay. We've 5 fences to go. So I'm wondering, is Royal Pagaille's age going to catch up with him a little bit here? Handstands is a little bit into the unknown at this level. Is he going to be able to maintain it from the start? Now, Stellar Story's coming off the bridle there, but I'm not going to worry too much just now, because this is what he wants. He wants an attritional battle in the mud. Grey Dawning travelling lovely. This is an interesting race. Royal Pagaille's gone to the front. Has Handstands had enough? I'm wondering, has Handstands had enough? Come on, Stellar Story. Come on, hang in there. So Royal Pagaille, I don't believe this. Royal Pagaille is running a blinder. Rising 12. 4 fences to go. Oh, Stellar Story struggling now. I think we'll need it. Yeah, I think we're gone. But anyway, Royal Pagaille out in front. Handstands. Oh, Grey Dawning's absolutely on the bridle here. On the bridle. Second last. On the bridle, Grey Dawning wins this. Although Handstands has come back into it, and he's staying on really well. Grey Dawning has it on the bridle. There we go. What a very interesting race that was. Hands and heels for Grey Dawning. The last race today is going to be the 3:15 at Ascot. It's Class 2 handicap chase worth 52 grand. Nice race. Good to soft, but it has been raining there today. It's on the easier side of good. So straight away, because of that, I think JPR1 and Teddy Blue, they do like nice ground, right? So we're gonna stay away from them. The next one in the market is Shaky Tail Feather for the Skeltons. This is surely a target for them. I don't know that jockey Heidi Palin really well. I've never ridden the horse before. Does like a bit of nice ground. I'm wondering, is the ground going to go against this horse? That day on heavy, how was it travelling before it was brought down? Held up in the last pair, brought down 4 out. Can't really tell much from that. Breeding wise, workforce, beneficial. Might like nice ground on the breeding end of things. Beaten at air, soft ground. Well beaten at Taunton. Maybe has bigger targets in the spring, but obviously this is a big race within its own right. So, but look, just reluctantly gonna leave that one alone. So Cop Mask for Mr. Gary Moore. Gary's got a decent strike right there at the minute. The horse is rated 131. Has won off 130 at Ascot. Over 2.5 miles, so we'll certainly get the trip. The horse, by the looks of things, is better right-handed, and I think likes a bit of soft ground. Let's have a look at this one here. Last place at Sandown. One at Huntingdon on soft ground. This will be the pick so far anyway. It's the one I like so far. Brookie. I like this horse. I do like Policymaker as a sire. I think underrated. Let's have a look at Brookie. So he's had his pipe opener. Has won at Doncaster on good ground, won at Sandown on good ground, Kempton good to soft, good ground. Looks like he wants good ground, this fella. And he's won at Limerick on soft. I was disappointed a few times on soft ground now. Gonna leave Brookie alone. What else have we got here? Martator for for Venetia. Won the race last year. Off 139 and won the race last year off 140. Beat Cop Mask. But that was nice ground. I think it's going to be soft there today. Has disappointed on heavy. Has won on heavy. Don't think the ground is an issue for the horse as such. Has won at Ascot as well. How's Venetia faring? 0 from 14, 0% strike rate. So that is putting me off straight away. We're going to leave. Well, like usually in the winter on soft ground, Venetia Williams is so reliable. So I might be setting myself up for something bad there. Gabriel's Getaway for Anthony Honeyball, who's having a good time of it, 16%. The horse had a wind surgery and was second to Teddy Blue after 2 for the second run. This horse definitely wants better ground, I think. Might be a bit testing for him today. I'm going to leave him alone. Gabriel's Getaway. We're 2 minutes from post time. Sans Brouet for Mr. Nichols. Paul's doing okay, 15%. The horse has had his pipe opener at Ascot. He's won at Plumpton and Aintree. He's won at Aintree. and maybe wants to go left-handed. Has disappointed at Sandown, has disappointed at Exeter, and Ascot was third in this last year off 139. He's now 143. I'm going to leave him alone. Calico for the Skeletons. Off 149. He's one off 142. Matata, he's one off 138. Yeah, he's as high in the handicap as he's ever been. He's also 9 rising 10. For that reason, I'm going to leave him alone. And where are we now? Boot Hill, rising 11 for Harry. Let's see now. Does he run well fresh? Yes, he can do. But he's been off quite a while. He's getting on now. I'm going to leave him alone. So the selection here, folks, is going to be just before the off. We're going to have a $5 each way on Cop Mask. The market isn't particularly favourable. He's not been wanted in the market at all, but we'll go $5 each way, 11-1 Cop Mask for a day that's not really going our way. So this might be a chance of getting out, as they call it. So that is the selection. Cop Mask, 11-1, 3 places. Okay, they're all over the first. And kind of well strung out. 12 more to jump. And they seem to be quite well strung out. So I think this may favour a bit of a closer here on that type of ground. But Jesus, they're strung out like the washing here. We have Sans Brouet in front of JPR 1/3. We've Cop Mask 4th. So still early stages. So we have 7 more to jump. Cop Mask is jumping like a snooker table, so it's not looking good at all for the selection. But JPR is doing well. Sans Brouet is running well, and Teddy Blue is making eye-catching headway. There's a few sort of just still held up. Still quite a way to go. But I'll be surprised now if our selection just can't keep jumping like that and expect to win a Premier Handicap, you know. Another horrendous jump by Cop Mask. I don't know. It's not going to be our day, folks. Not going to be our day. I think it's is it Calico? Or is it? Who's that horse in the cheek pieces? Maybe Brookie. So like we're 4th there, but all these jumping mistakes have just taken their toll, and he's off the bridle toiling now. It's just painful to watch. So we have Sans Brouet, we have JPR1, and who is that horse in the cheek pieces? I think it's Brookie, is it? Although we're staying on. Oh, another horrendous jump. Do you know what? If he'd have jumped well, Cop Mask would have won this. We're 3rd at the minute. Won't be placed, obviously, because we're going to get outstayed by something that didn't make horrendous mistakes all the way around. Oh, painful. Are we going to get placed? No, we're not. Of course we're not. Not at all. Number 7. Favourite wins, Teddy Blue. But I can tell you now, Cop Mask, if he had a jumped, he'd have won. But anyway, there we go. It's been a horrendous... Well, not horrendous. It's been a bad day. It's been a bad day at the office. I will update everything on Tuesday night. So we'll have a review video. We'll have a list of eye catchers. And I'll update the P&L. Okay?